how important is the intention behind making a film?
This is the right film to do for so many reasons. I thought initially when you said, I thought maybe basically Shyam Singha Roy's reincarnation film, right? Because there was a lot of conversations and discussion. Do you believe in reincarnation kind of thing? So I thought maybe it's about that.
I truly believe that I have my own space and he has his own space. So it has never like really bothered me in that way.
Everyone will stop talking about Bollywood, Tollywood. First of all, the names itself sound like some weird thing. Now I think finally we are calling it Indian cinema.
Do you feel that it's tough being a creative person because you have to do lots of checks and balances so that maybe you're not offending anyone's sentiments?
Nobody knows the complete picture of anything. Everybody knows only in bits and pieces. So it kind of it's misread, misinterpreted all the time. We're all extra conscious of what we say, what we have to, and despite of that, we are misunderstood a lot of times.
Nani and Nazriya, pleasure having you with us on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you so much.
And I really like the promo of Ante Sundaraniki. Have I pronounced it rightly?
Right.
Yeah, good job.
Great. All right. So congratulations for the promo. I think the response is really outstanding. But my first question to you, Nani, would be: I've seen Shyam Singha Roy. I absolutely loved it.
Thank you.
I think it's one of the finest films that I've seen in the recent times. Be it the performances, story idea.
We did an interview before the release. We didn't get to talk after that.
Yeah, we at least twice the interview got cancelled at the last minute. So, but I absolutely love the film. My question to you is, how important is the intention behind making a film?
It is very, I don't know how to say this, but like you can't have this special thought that it is very important. You can't tell yourself that continuously. It has to organically come from it. I cannot think of doing a film like Shyam Singha Roy and then pick a Shyam Singha Roy. That doesn't happen. The film has to come to you, and then you should be ready for it, and then you should have the right intention, like you said, to be able to understand a script like that and deliver it.
And how important is it for you to believe in the ideology of a character? Like, for example, the way you seem to be invested in the ideology of Shyam Singha Roy. It showed on your face and your body language and almost everything.
Obviously it's absolutely very important. I have to keep few of my thoughts aside when I get into a film, because not every film, like reincarnation, if someone comes and asks me if I believe it or not, I will say I don't know. But when I walk into a Shyam Singha Roy set, I can't say I don't know. I'll have to believe in it. I have to feel it. I have to believe that what Shyam must be going through to leave her there and die, or what I need to believe what Vasu must be feeling to see her again after so many years. So if I don't believe, if I think that I don't know how to I relate to this, so then I don't think it'll happen. As an actor, we need to. What we really believe in or what we understand is a completely different thing. But once you felt something listening to a script, once you like it, once you want to do it, I think you need to give your 100%. You need to go in with complete 100%.
Okay, Nazri, I'm coming to you shortly. I have one more
No,
question.
no, please.
So by ideology, I meant in terms of the way Shyam Singha Roy stands up for women's rights, and the way he believes in the equality element, and so basically, I meant from that perspective.
All that I completely connected, and that is something which really inspired me while listening to the story itself, and I wanted that story to be told, and I really believe this is the right film to do for so many reasons. I thought initially when you said, I thought maybe basically Shyam Singha Roy's reincarnation film, right? Because there was a lot of conversations and discussion. Do you believe in reincarnation kind of thing? So I thought maybe it's about that.
No. These days, so we end up living the world of Doctor Strange, and so anything as far as story idea can be anything, but whether it is convincing or not, I think personally as a viewer, I think that is important for me. So we are willing to go into fantasy world, so that's absolutely fine. Yeah. Okay, Nazriya, I've spoken to you about you with Fahadh quite a few times, and I've followed the entire journey that you guys have had together. But as an artist, you've been a child actor. You've been working since then. As an artist, is it tough at times to live under the shadow of someone who is who's become this iconic figure as far as entertainment industry in India is concerned?
Not really. It's inspiring actually. Every other day, it
Great,
pushes me to do better, or to like think that way, and actually think that seriously. So it has never bothered me. Probably because I've been doing this from a young age. It's not like I don't. I truly believe that I have my own space and he has his own space. So it has never like really bothered me in that way. Yeah,
great.
it's just been good in a lot of ways for me. It's pushed me. It's helped me have another kind of perspective altogether.
Great. And this is your Telugu debut.
Yeah.
So what is how special is that?
First is always special. So shooting for this film, even after like so many years, I really felt like it's my first film. I'm working, to do my first film. It was great experience. Of course, at the beginning, for me, language has never been a barrier. I never hear a script thinking, "Oh, this is a Telugu film," or "This is a Tamil film." I hear the script, and then if I really love it, and then it hits me, okay, I have to learn Telugu. Oh my God. Because when you love something so much, you're not ready to let go of it. So then you work towards it. So all that was there, but it has been a great experience, my first Telugu film. I think I've learned from the best.
Of course.
Amazing team. I'm spoiled in a lot of ways. So yeah.
Great. So, Nani, can you say that the film it's a satire in a way?
I can't say the film is a satire because it was not intended to. But you might feel the satire. It's just like a the way Vivek wrote the script itself is it's a very simple story, very 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 simple, very relatable, very uh, and even the humor in the film is very very situational, not trying to be not like there's a comic scene where you're saying something which you'll connect to the present day thing, satire on something or satire on someone. No, not at all. The characters feel real, they speak real, they uh, there is no like a double meaning dialogue or something. It means this, but it also means that. No, it doesn't. It's just characters talking, and it's like a very very relatable real story on screen. So but for someone for something, some scene could feel like a satire if they're on the receiving end.
I was reading one of your interviews, and you said that the intention is not to maybe upset any religious sentiments whatsoever. But do you feel that it's tough being a creative person because you have to do lots of checks and balances so that maybe you're not offending anyone's sentiments.
I think in
So
today's
tough
time,
as a creative person.
yeah, I think in today's time, I think it did get a little more difficult than what it was before. Everything, somebody gets hurt for everything, so you can't be so careful when you're writing a story, or you need to feel something to write something, right? So if you're constantly being very extremely careful, it does affect the creative process. It does make it a little more tough, but I think that's what we need to deal with. And it's just not just us, me, or someone; it's everyone. So I think, yeah, and I think now with social media, with the what do I say? Nobody knows the complete picture of anything. Everybody knows only in bits and pieces. So it kind of it's misread, misinterpreted all the time, and unknowingly, we all as actors also, not just filmmakers, we are all extra conscious of what we say, what we have to, and despite of that, we are misunderstood a lot of times. So I think there's no escape. We need to deal with it.
Right, Nazriya, what about you? You being a creative person, how do you deal with the whatever Nani is saying, and the fact that you also want to express yourself?
I think with films, I don't really, when it comes to films, I don't think too much about hurting a community, or, or, oh, this might, sound wrong. Or, yes, when I speak like on an interview, or, when I'm doing somewhere in public, I'm very careful about it. When I do a film, I don't think like that, or will it hurt a certain community? I think, they should be able to watch it as a film. This is how this is something that's happening, and that's why we're trying to address it. It can be spoken aloud. Yeah,
That is what we all believe in,
Yeah.
but it is not taken that way.
Yeah, it's not. It's
Yeah.
not. Yeah, yeah.
We
Sometimes,
want it
yeah.
to be that way, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, even a lot of writers or directors, they keep that in mind. So there is a little, uh, that freedom is little, like, is not completely there. But as actors, once I come on set, once we agree to like do a script or not, I don't think of it so much. I don't think of, okay, it's my responsibility to, like, see that, if I've agreed to do that film, I've heard it beforehand, and yeah, then once I'm on set, when I'm working on a film, it doesn't really bother me. But a lot of times, like he said, we're very careful when we talk, we're very careful about what we speak, if we'll hurt someone. For me, in personal, like, when I come and sit as Nazriya, I think about it more than, me playing any character.
So why do you feel more careful when you're speaking as Nazriya?
I think because of something that I say on a personal interview, or, when I come sit as Nazriya, it shouldn't affect my films tomorrow. For me, it's that I don't want people to not come and watch a film because of something that I said, which has nothing to do with a film, or anything, that shouldn't affect my films. I don't want people saying, we'll not go watch your films because of that. That still bothers me. I'm still in that. I'm not saying it's the correct way, but yeah, I'm
Did
in.
that ever happen?
I mean, I see that happening a lot around me, at least. It's not happened with me because I'm extra careful, but I'm still at that phase. It's not, I don't know if it is really good, but I'm still at that space. It's getting better, but yeah.
Great. So, Nani, I still remember when I interviewed you for the first time for Jersey, and so I'd seen the Hindi dub version on YouTube, and you told me that you should not have seen the Hindi dub version because certain portions they have been dubbed
They
very
chopped it.
wrongly.
Yeah. They re-edited the film. I hope you
Right.
finally got to watch the actual version.
Since then I've made it a point that if it's a Malayalam film, I watch it with English subtitles.
Yes.
If it's like Telugu film, I watch it with English subtitles. I do not watch like a dub version since then, and I think it makes a lot of sense. And I think even the tonality of original.
No. Generally, the dubbing when the production themselves handle the dubbing part, and they really focus on the voices, they do a good job of mixing, and they make sure they try to get it closer to the original. Then a lot of times it's very. What happened with Jersey is someone taken the Hindi dubbing rights, and they re-edited. They put the climax scene in the front and beginning, and they said Arjun died, and then the film started. So that was not meant to be the film. So they changed the whole story, whole perspective of it, and then changed the meaning of the dialogues while they're dubbing. When the son is saying, "Why?" In Telugu version, like he'll say, "What? Why?" Sorry, he'll say, "Nobody would believe that you hit me." And for the same dubbing line, they made them say in Hindi, uh, "Why are you like this, Dad? Everyone is teasing me that your father is a thief and all." He says that doesn't make sense. It's not the scene. I don't know where that came from. And so when they change things, that's a problem. If you're trying to stick to trying to get the soul of the film right, then that's not.
Great.
But yeah, when you can, if there's a chance, better to watch the original with subtitles.
Okay, now taking from there, see, Nazriya has done films in Malayalam. You have done a lot of films in Telugu, for example. Do you find it fascinating as far as what India is all about in terms of diversity? That so many languages, culturally, it is different, and yet everyone bonds together. Do you find that in a way fascinating, and that should be retained? The individuality of
That
various
should
languages?
be answering that.
Yeah. I think that's one of the most beautiful things about cinema, being in this industry, like the mix of, and I think it happens so nicely. We are lucky that we work here. Like, we get to see that it just shows, end of the day, creativity, you just, it's all the same. Like, we think the same way. When you want to make a good film, it's all on the same lines. You might be speaking different languages or from different places. I think that's one of the most beautiful things about cinema, what I really like. I love meeting new people. I love, people generally. So, yeah, I think in cinema that, it's just one of the most beautiful things that I've seen.
Yeah, I think now that's a good thing, and it should be regained, like you said. And also, I think it's a golden phase right now, because it doesn't matter if the film is from Hindi, film is from Tamil, Telugu, Kannada. If the film is great, if it builds the right kind of buzz, then the whole country is waiting to watch that film. And I think it's a great quality. It's like take KGF, take RRR, take see how I was earlier also telling how Dangal was celebrated right across the country. And Dangal was watched by like my uncle and aunt who doesn't go out to the theater to watch a Telugu film. They went and watched Dangal. So when a film is solid, when a film is good, the fact that across the country everybody is watching that film, that's a good sign. I think that's a great sign. I think I hope it continues for the future also, because everyone will stop talking about Bollywood, Tollywood. First of all, the names itself sound like some weird thing, yeah, I think Indian cinema is now. I think finally we are calling it Indian cinema, and I think it's a great start. And I really, really wish, hope, and pray that it continues.
Okay, and Nani, there's some confusion with regards to your views on ticket prices. Would you want to say something?
There's no confusion. The fact that there is some one small statement. See, if anything if it's interesting, if it's a little controversial topic, then that is talked about so much that eventually it will become a confusion. Like you would have made a very simple statement, but so the ticket price, no, we like a few months back, there were the ticket prices were very low in every state. So in one of the interviews, when they asked me a question, then I said, yeah, that is very, very low. It can't be that low for the industry, the entertainment industry, for the distributors and the exhibitors to survive. But that was taken out of context, and that became one full viral, and they edited out the beginning of it, end of it. They did their memes. They put something else where I spoke. They put this, social media how it is, and so and today and all the ones again who will comment about that don't even know the complete picture. Where I said it, what I said, also nobody knows. So we are in the generation where everything is little blown out of proportion, but. I think it would have died actually then itself, but I think because I'm doing back-to-back films every time I'm coming into the media, so the rate is coming back again. Now something happens with tickets, and some discussion is happening here, and again it comes back to me. The question again comes back to me. So and I end up giving the clarity. Actually, to speak in real, there is nothing, but it is somehow, yeah. All around. Yeah.
Personally, Dani, I would like to say that I have interviewed many actors, many stars, but I would love to meet you in person.
Oh, yes.
That is something that I really hope it happens, because I think what the belief system that you have with regards to cinema and life in general, I think it's very, very respectable as far as I'm concerned.
I'm looking forward to see you.
Ji. So Nazriya, your film seems like an entertainer. The sort of times that we are living in, a lot of polarization and tensions and wars, all sorts of things going on. What do you think is the importance of entertainment to make people happy?
It's the most pleasant, happy in, despite, all the things that's going around in the world, and, with Corona and, people getting stuck, feeling, all that. If, we can bring a good film where people actually want to come to the theater, come out and, watch your entertainer. I mean, that is the happiest thing for me. Like, I was just telling, about Ante, where one of the reasons why Ante I chose is, you were also saying the same thing. We've seen nowadays, it's been all big films, intense films, serious films, dark genres and all that have been going on a lot. I don't know if it's because of the lockdown and, perspectives or whatsoever. After a long time of, get fully entertained and, at the same time, it's not just like he said, not just where comedy is written just through the lines, or it's the situations and everything. At the same time, it's got this heart and soul and emotions, and it discusses a lot of things. Like that combination is very rare. So if I can come out with a film like which is entertaining at the same time discusses really, really things that probably we should be discussing today and in today's world. Yeah, I think that is it. It's good. Yeah. What do I think about entertaining? Yeah, this is what I want to do.
Great. Okay, so Nani, last question to you, with the continuation of the same question. What I really find fascinating about your persona as this superstar, that you have some really big films that you've been part of. Many films are being remade in Hindi as far as you are concerned. You've seen box office success and how, but somehow there is this this need for you to say something through your films, um, and cloaking them with entertainment, of course, because it reaches a far wider audience. um, how important is it, um, to bring out entertainment which makes people happy, and at the same time it makes them think?
First of all, I'm no superstar here. Like, because also they look, even the audience, they look at me as an actor who does
Natural star.
they say that, but somehow I didn't have any involvement in the tag, but yeah. I don't. They also respect me as someone who does good cinema and trying to do good cinema constantly, and which I'm very, very happy with. I think I want to be remembered that way. I want to continue doing that. And it's, for me, it's entertainment is not fun. Entertainment is not just humor. Entertainment is anything which engages you. Like Jersey is an entertainer, I would say, because it would have made you feel, it would have made you forget what's happening outside in your life, and you would have felt that those emotions, that character, you would have clapped, you would have felt goosebumps. So that is an entertainer too. So entertainment doesn't have, and why it's very important for us to make films which makes us see, personally for me, I don't know how much I have learned in school, but I've learned a lot with films. So I think in India, in our country, films play a big part in making, I'm not saying give lectures in class and make boring films, and make entertaining films, but good films, because through films, moral or lot of good things can be very, not need not be preachy, it can be very, through the story, through the characters, you will understand a lot of things. You will understand how to be, how to behave, what's good, what is bad. I'm not saying do films for the purpose of that, but I think when you do a good film, I think it works in so many different ways, and I think that's the best way to go about it. Yeah, that's the best way to entertain. Yes.
When we look at your filmography, the number of hits that you've given consistently,
Yeah.
I think you're being humble when you say that you're not a superstar. I think you're definitely a superstar.
No, yeah, that's what. No. The thing is, I'm saying, like, the number of hits, if you see, you can say that, but here number of hits doesn't make a superstar. The kind of content makes you a superstar. Like when you do extremely commercial, start to end, like just delivering that content for the fans, that makes you a superstar, which I lack in, which I fail to do. So there are a lot of fans who just respect me for what I do, but see, just to here you need to constantly have so many uh, um, restrictions for yourself to be a superstar, and I don't want those restrictions, so I will not ever fall into that trap of a superstar.
Wow. Wow, that is amazing. All right, so lovely talking to both of you guys, Nani and Nazriya. All the best wishes for the film
Thank you.
and for the future ventures. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot.
Nice
Thank you.
talking to you.
Thank you.